Good afternoon, boys and girls, and welcome to Language Arts class. Today, I am going to be your teacher, and my name is Mrs. Brewster. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I am a teacher at the Barley Government School, and I know that my students are logged on now, and I also have some new students who are joining me online. So before we go into today's lesson, I know I miss my students very much, so I wanted to give me a little hug. So you're going to come into the screen, and you're going to give me a hug. Are you ready? Yes. Ooh, that was a good hug. I know that we are going to have fun in today's class. We're going to do reading comprehension. But before we go into today's class, I'm going to do a little playtime activity. And I love to play. I know that you love to play as well. And I've given myself the name Worst Dance. And my students will tell you that I'm the worst dancer in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But today I'm going to put another title under my belt. I'm going to be a carpenter. So today we are going to build a little table. And I have my friend here with me. Her name is Kesanique. Her name is Kesanique. Say hi to Kesanique. Kesanique, say hi. Okay, so Kesanique came to me and she told me that she wanted me to build her a table so that she could play with. So today we are going to help Kesanique and we're going to build with her a table. So I have my materials here and I'm going to help Kesanique build a table. So I have this and I have one leg. Ooh. Does that look like a table? I think it needs some more support. Can that hold up? No. Voila. Oops. Okay. And let's see if this one. Good. So we have built for Kesanique a table. Here we have the top, and then we have the support, the legs. So a little bit later, we'll be talking about this, and I'll be referring to this. But we are going into the lesson. Thank you very much, boys and girls, for helping me to build this table for Kesanique. Very good. Before we go on, as usual, you'll need your erasers, you'll need your exercise books, and you'll need your pencils because we are going to do reading comprehension. Are you ready? Yes. Okay, and when we are done today, you should be able to define for me main idea. You should be able to distinguish between main idea and supporting details, and you should be able to identify the main idea and supporting details in at least 3 short texts. I hope that you're ready. I am very, very, very much ready for this lesson. Good. But before we go into all that, we're going to play a little game. And it's going to come up on your screen. I want you to look at your screen and you are going to match. We're going to do some matching. So we have some key terms here, and we have some definitions. The key term should be to your left, and the definition should be to your right. And you're going to match them. Let's see how well you're able to match them. So we have the key term, topic. We have another key term, supporting details. We have another key term, topic, sentence. And the definitions are more narrow ideas, evidence, examples, details, and elaboration that support the main idea in the passage. Then we have another definition, a sentence in the passage that states the main idea of the passage. And the last one, the general subject that the passage is. It is usually 1 or 2 words. So boys and girls, I want you to look at the definitions and you're going to match them to their to the meanings. But before we go into that, I have a little cheat for you. Now, Mrs. Brewster's class today is going to be very interactive. And remember, we are live. So I want you boys and girls, you're going to type in, when I ask you to, you're going to type in the correct answer. And the person who does that, the correct answer first, will be able to get a prize. And I'll tell you where you're going to collect your prizes a little later, but be ready because I want you to win some excellent prizes. Good? So you can look at the screen and you're going to match the key terms and their definitions. Okay, so I hope that you would have completed that little activity and we are ready for the answers. Let's go. We are not going to get any prize now, right? Good. So the topic, that is the general, and I want you to read with me, please. The topic is the general subject that the passage is. It is usually one or two words. And sometimes we call this the title, right? We have the supporting details. And these are more narrow ideas, evidence, examples, details, and elaboration that support the main idea in the passage. And lastly, we have the topic sentence, which is a sentence in the passage that states the main idea of the passage. So I hope you would have written that down, right, boys and girls? Okay, good, Christopher. Very good, Christopher Sampson. Mr. Sampson, my good teacher there. Okay, so yes, Dante Brown supporting details match the first definition. Very good, good boys and girls. And I hope these are really students and not parents, you know. Topic is the general subject, supporting details is more narrow, and topic sentence is the sentence. Okay, very good. Thank you very much, Sheikh Boss. Sheikh Boss, I hope that you are indeed a student, and your mommy would have allowed you to use her Facebook thingy. Right, so we are moving on. So to guide today's session, for us to focus, we're going to focus on this question. So throughout the lesson, I want you to think about it. Think about this. How do we find the main idea in a text? And I know sometimes we have lots and lots of passages, we have stories, we have poems. And I'm telling you, my students will come to me and they would say, Miss Brewster, I don't understand and I don't get it. So today I am going to teach you a strategy, a comprehension strategy, so that when you see the text, it will not be difficult. You're going to use this strategy to help you to understand the poem, the story, the picture, whatever it is that you're looking at. This strategy should be able to help you to understand. And the name of this strategy is main idea. Finding the main idea. Good. So we are going to move on to what is the main idea. And I know that it's up on your screen, so you should be able to help me read. Let's go. The main idea is the most important point that the writer wants to convey. It answers the question, what is the writer's most important point about the topic? So writers don't just write for writing's sake. There is always a message that they want you to get. So when you get that message, you're getting the main idea, right? So the main idea is what the passage or the text is mostly talking about, and it is supported by details. So we have our bench, our table here. We have our table here, and you notice the top here, this we are going to use to represent, main idea. And down here, these are the supporting details. You notice if I take out one of this leg, one of the supporting detail, then more than likely the table will not be able to stand. So the main idea and supporting details are very important. So we're going to put that there for a while.
Fight Kiki. Fight Kiki. On me, y'all better fight that shit, bro. Y'all better fight that shit on me. Get her ass secure. Come on. Y'all better fight that shit, bro. Y'all get her ass secure. Y'all come on, get away from the car. Get away from the car. What Kira? Where is Kira? What Kira? No, what Kira? She supposed to be fighting Kira. What Kira? She ran up on her. Girl. Oh, God. Fight her ass, Kiki. She supposed to be fighting her. She supposed to be fighting Kira. Y'all break it up. Now they supposed to be fighting somebody else. Y'all get away from the Keisha car. Get away from the car. Kira. Y'all, baby, y'all get away from the Keisha car. Oh, this is... Hello. We out here. Come on, boy. Get my car.
when you look at the title, look at the headings that are there. Those should be able to a little later, but you can also find clue words. So more than often, when you have words that are being repeated, so repeated words can give you an idea as to what the main idea of a story, a poem, a passage is about. Good? Now we are going to go into some characteristics of main idea. When you get this, you should be able to get how to find the main idea. So it says that the main idea can appear anywhere in a paragraph. So remember that. You know, some people have this idea that main ideas are found only in the beginning of a story or a text. No, sometimes it can be found other places. But most of the times, it is found at the beginning. It is usually the main sentence, and it is usually the first paragraph in a passage, right? It can also be found at the end. So if you don't find it in the beginning, more than likely, the next place you're going to find it is at the end. And thirdly, it can be found within the middle of the paragraph or the passage. And so after you found it, you will find that the writer then uses the rest of the paragraph to support the main idea, right? So like our table, we have the main idea, and then we have the supporting details right there for our good friend Kesanik. Good? So we are going to talk about finding the main idea. So I'm going to summarize how you're going to find the main idea, some important things to note. So let's go. Only one sentence can be the stated idea in a paragraph. So there's only one sentence in a paragraph that has the main idea. You're not going to find two sentences, you're not going to find three sentences that we call the main idea. There's only one. And it is also important to note that the main idea is never, ever a question. It is not an interrogative sentence, but it is a declarative sentence all the time. And it is also important to note that examples are details that support the main idea. So they are not the main ideas. Examples are never the main idea. And I want, boys and girls, I want you to get this. I know we have CPEA coming up, and those are big exams, and our parents want us to do very well. But I want you to get this. When they ask you anything about the main idea, what is the story about, I want you to remember that you must read. It has some children who love to rush and love to finish up the thing quick. No, we are not going to do that. Always read the entire paragraph before deciding on the main idea. Read it not one time, read it at least 2 times, right? And when you do that, I'm sure that you'll be able to find the main idea. Good. So now that we've covered the main idea, we're going to talk about supporting details. And I could remember one time I was in school, and a student came to me and she said, Mrs. Brewster, Mrs. Oden is a nice teacher. So I said, well, I know that Mrs. Oden is a nice teacher. So I said, really? And it was Barack. Yes. He said, yes, she's a nice teacher. So I asked, why you said that she's a nice teacher? And he said, well, Mrs. Oden, she pays my bus fare, she buys lunch for me, and she always explains stuff to me. Now, the main idea that student wanted me to get was that Mrs. Oden is a nice teacher, but I wanted to know, him to support, I want him to back up what he was saying. And so he said that she pays his bus fare and she buys him lunch and she explains stuff to him. And that is a good, that is a wonderful teacher, right? So he gave me the main idea and he also supported his point. He backed up his point. Good. So we are going to go on to supporting details. What are supporting details? And you can see in the picture there's an example like the one that we built, a table, sorry. So there we have the flat surface representing the main point. And below we have the legs representing the supporting details. So supporting details, boys and girls, are reasons, examples, steps, or other kinds of evidence that explain the main point. So they are there to back up. And I know when I was doing persuasive writing with my children, they would give me what they thought. So they give me their opinions, but I wanted more from them. So to back up what you're saying, to support, to make your statements more substantial, you got to give me some evidence, give me some supporting details, tell me why you say what you said, right? So these are supporting details, and supporting details are important. It is important when we are writing, or even as writers, when they write, they have supporting details for us as readers to get. Why do we need supporting details? Supporting details help you to get a better picture of the story. Right? So remember that when you're reading, there are supporting details. And same too, when you're writing, you must have supporting details. They give us more information. And often, this information will reach one or more of our five senses. So when we're writing, we want the people to feel what we're writing. The writers who write these poems and write these passages for us, they want us to feel what they're writing, and they use supporting details to help us to feel, get what they are saying. So they can appeal to our sense of seeing and our sense of hearing and so on and so on and so forth. Right? Thank you, Estelle. I see you're saying good job. Good. So we are moving on. So we are going to look at an example. So now you have a chance to practice. And I want you to read with me, right? And I know boys and girls love to shop. I love to shop. And I know my students love to shop. Whether they go to Elena or they go to Gusa, they love to shop. So let's go. Sally went shopping after school Friday and all day on Saturday. And she bought a lot of outfits. On Sunday, her mother took her to the outlet mall so she could finish buying clothes for the new school year. She also bought school supplies so she would be prepared for her classes. So boys and girls, here we have a paragraph. I want you to think about the main idea. Think about the main idea. What is a main idea? And this main idea, boys and girls, it doesn't necessarily have to be exact words there, but you could paraphrase it. Use your own words. So the first person to type in there to tell me what the main idea is wins a prize. Okay, so here we have the passage about Sally. And boys and girls, you are going to read it and you are going to tell me the main idea in this little passage. I don't want mommies to do it for you. I want you to do it yourself. And remember, you don't necessarily have to write it in exact words. You could put it in your own words. What is a main idea? What is it that the writer wants you to get as a reader? The first person who gets it and types it wins a prize from Mrs. Brewster. So go ahead, let's go. You have 1 minute. boys and girls. Good. And I could see some comments. People are commenting, and that is very, very good. But remember, there can only be one winner, and it has to be the person who answered the question first. So I'm going to put up the answer. I'm going to put up the answer. Good. So if you have Sally spent the weekend shopping, or you said Sally went shopping, you are correct. And that person is Aliki Spencer. So Aliki, you're going to collect your prize at VC3 at Victoria Park, and it would be next week, Monday. So we are going to move on. So, is there any other specific information in the paragraph? What then are the supporting details? So another person, I hope it's not Aliki this time, another person will get the chance to win a prize. What are the supporting details? So I'm going to give you another 30 seconds. 30 seconds we have. So you're going to look at 1 minute. Okay. So we have 1 minute to look for 2 supporting details. Go ahead, get on it, boys and girls. One. Okay, boys and girls, that wasn't so hard, was it? No, I'm sure that it wasn't hard because we've been doing main idea and finding supporting details. So I'm going to announce today's winner, but before I do that, I'm going to put up the correct answers, right? So if you have these, voila. Yes. What are the supporting details in this paragraph? 1, Sally bought new outfits and Sally bought school supplies. And we could see from our comments that Christopher Sampson would have indicated those answers first. So where to go, Christopher Sampson? You are going to collect your prize at VC3 on Monday. Right? So you could always drop us an email or something so that we will be able to get that. Right. So we are moving on. So we are going to summarize what we've done so far, and to do that, Mrs. Brewster has a little video. Again, it's a song, and I want you to sing along, and I want you to dance along and enjoy this. We ready?
All right, class, I know you're ready for the weekend. Don't forget about your 5-page paper, and make sure that you express your main idea and back it up.
Listen up, lend me an ear. The hot new thing is the main idea, supported by the details to keep it all clear. The main idea is the reason that we're all here. Yeah, come on, lend me an ear. The hot new thing is the main idea, supported by the details to keep it all clear. The main idea is the reason that we're all here. Have you ever read something and when you got to the end, You didn't get the point? Nope, you didn't understand? Well, let me break it down for the next time you read. There's gonna be 3 basic things you see: the subject, main idea, and the details. Sorta like a city, the house, the people. The subject is the broad thing that it's about. The main idea, what's that now? It's the main thing the writer wants to say. It's the central point. You get it? Okay. You can often find it in the first couple lines, but it could be anywhere, so go find it. It's supported by specific details. The facts in the sentences, be real, they should add up to make the main idea, kid. They form up like cheerleaders in a pyramid. Like I just read an article called Bare Facts, and it talked about how they could be brown or black, polar or grizzly or another type. They're all good hunters and they know how to fight, cause they have big claws so they can catch fish, big sharp teeth that they eat with. And if they wanna climb a tree to find something to eat, their super sharp claws are all that they need. See? Now let's break it down. I mean, let's dig deeper in the article I found. What's the subject? And what would be the main idea they had there? The bears are good hunters, that's most important. How about the details they had to support it? They have large teeth, paws, and claws. That's how you know hunting is a bear's job. Listen up, lend me an ear. The hot new thing is the main idea, supported by the details to keep it all clear. The main idea is the reason that we're all here. Yeah, come on, lend me an ear. The hot new thing is the main idea, supported by the details to keep it all clear. The main idea is the reason that we're all here. I just read a story about a boy named Ben on the first day of school. Well, what happened then? Ben clutched his new backpack and walked in with a big smile when he saw his old friends. Tried to play it cool when he saw his old crush, but when she was close, his mind turned to mush. He liked his art teacher, that class was real fun. Ben was so worked up that he could hardly eat lunch. Now what's the subject? Ben's first day of school. And what's the main idea? What's the author wanna prove? Ben's first day of school was exciting. Details to back that up, where are they hiding? When Ben saw his old friends, he was psyched, and he was nervous around the girl that he liked. He even had a backpack that was brand new. Now I get the main idea, can you?
Good job, boys and girls. I hope that you liked that video and you danced along and you had fun and you're using it to remember about main idea and supporting details. Now, I would have noticed that as Christopher Sampson said that it is not Christopher, it is Dianique. But Dianique, your mommy or your daddy would have to collect that gift for you at VC3, and also Aliki's mommy or daddy can collect that gift. So for future references, parents, you are the ones who would collect the gifts for the children. Good. So we are going to move on, and that was fun. I enjoyed that. Now we are going to look at we are going to do activities. I want to really know if you understood what you were saying. And again, we have some more prizes. Good. So I want you to look at this activity sheet. I'm going to put it on the screen, and you're going to use it to help to guide you in writing the main idea and the supporting details. So I want you to copy this. Copy it in your books for about a minute, and then we'll get into the activity after. I'll tell you what you're going to do with this piece of paper. So go ahead. Okay, boys and girls, I hope that you would have written or you would have copied the information from this piece of paper. Your mommies or your daddies can print it for you if they have access to a printer. Now you're going to notice that it has paragraph 1, paragraph 2, 3, or 4. We are going to look at 3 paragraphs. So inside of the first one, you're going to write the main idea for the first paragraph, which I would give you. The second one, you're going to write the main paragraph for that. And the third one, you're going to write the main paragraph. Then at the bottom, for paragraph 1, paragraph 2, and 3, you're going to write the supporting details that are there. We are not going to do the conclusion. We'll do the conclusion part another time. Right? So we are going to get into our passages. I hope that you are ready. Good. So, using what we were looking at earlier, are you seeing the title? Can anybody read the title for me? Good. Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin. So we are going to read about Benjamin Franklin. And when you're done, after you would have written in the paragraph, the main point, you are going to put it up on your screen. So the first person who does that, who gets the correct answer, will again win a prize. And we have the 4 answers are, 4 options are there, and you're going to choose one answer. Right, so we're going to read together. You ready, boys and girls? Let's go. Benjamin Franklin loved to write. When he was 22, he set up his own printing shop and started a newspaper. He also printed a book called Poor Richard's Almanac. It had funny stories, information about the weather, and wise saying. So we're going to read that again, right? Benjamin Franklin loved to write. When he was 22, he set up his own printing shop and started a newspaper. He also printed a book called Poor Richard's Almanac. It had funny stories, information about the weather, and wise saying. What is the main idea? And so we have the options there. Which one is the main idea? So go ahead, you can write in your answer. The first person who does that correctly gets to win a prize. Boys and girls, I could see that you're excited about giving me answers, but remember there could only be one winner. And here we have a winner. I know who the winner is. The person says that Benjamin Franklin loved to write stories and books. So that winner is Liz Stephen. So Liz Stephen, I know that you're mommy because our children don't have access to Facebook. They don't have Facebook accounts. So Liz, you're going to collect your prize for your daughter. And I really hope it's your daughter who gave me that answer. Eh? Good? Liz Stephen. Winner for that paragraph on Benjamin Franklin. Now we're going to go on to paragraph 2. Good. Choosing a career. And the topic is choosing a career. But before we go into that, I want to tell you a little story. When I was in junior 5, that is what you call grade 6 now, right? When I was in junior 5, I wanted to be A teacher. But I wanted to be a teacher for the wrong reason. Now, there was a teacher, I'm not going to call any names, but he was my math teacher. And I hated math with a passion. And because I hated math, because I want to beat back the child for this teacher. Later on, I became a teacher, but not for that reason. The teacher migrated, so I never got to teach his daughter or his son. But I know that at grade 6 and grade 3 and so on, we already know what we want to be. So we are going to learn about finding a career, right? Choosing a career. So we're going to read together. Most teenagers and young adults do not know what they want to do for the rest of their lives. It is a big decision. There are a number of things that you can do to narrow the choices. For example, you can take an interest test, do some research on your own about a career, try volunteer work in the field in which you are interested, or job shadow in which you spend a day with a person who is working in a field that interests you. These are just a few helpful ideas as you begin to choose a career. And boys and girls, I want you to remember that we said that the main idea can be anywhere. Remember, it is usually at the beginning of the paragraph, but sometimes it can be at the end or it can be in the middle. So use this information and go ahead, read over the passage, read over the text, and tell me what is the main idea. You have 1 minute to do so. Go ahead. Okay, so that one was a good one, wasn't it? I know I am saying lots and lots and lots of comment, but remember I said at the beginning, the person who answers first, and that answer has to be the correct answer, that person wins the prize. So the main idea in this passage can be found at the end of this text, and it says these are just a few helpful ideas as you can begin to choose a career. So if you have, I think I saw Christopher Sampson just won something there now, but it's all right. Christopher Sampson, it's okay, you won the prize again. So next, try, let's allow somebody else. I know that you're bright. I know that Devonique said that Devonique is a bright person. Give somebody else a chance to win, hey? Okay, so we are moving on to the last one. And boys and girls, try to answer before Devonique, so that she won't win all the prizes. Good. And the last story that we are going to look at, the last text that we are going to look at is McDonald's. I know Americans will say McDonald's, but I'm going to say McDonald's. So here we go. The United States seems to be in love with the idea of going out to eat. Because of this, a real variety of restaurants have come about specializing in all kinds of foods. McDonald's is the king of a subgroup of restaurants called fast food restaurants. Chances are, no matter where you live, there is a McDonald's restaurant near you. There are even McDonald's in the Soviet Union. Now, McDonald's is trying something new. It is called McDonald's Express, and there is a test site, Peabody, Massachusetts. There's the correct one, Massachusetts? Yes. It is part of a mobile gas station. This allows you to fill up with gas and fill up on food at the same time. What will they think of next? What will McDonald's think of next? So you're going to look for the main idea. And remember where we said that the main idea can be found. So you're going to get 1 minute again to find the main idea, write it, type it in, and we are going to select a winner. Good boys and girls, you did excellent, and I am so proud of you. Now the winner for that one, we have so many answers and they were coming in so fast and so furious, but we could only have one winner, and that winner is Yolanda M. Wilson. So Yolanda M. Wilson, good job, kudos to you. You're going to collect your prize